What is going on, everybody? We're back on it. Death Note episode 15, titled Wager. I don't kind of see how the story just doesn't end this episode if all goes according to plan, or unless Light or Misa has a change of mind. But pretty much Rem was commissioned to and agreed upon killing L. She's down. She said she'll do it for Misa. If that's what Misa wants. Um, so whenever they have their little investigator police task force meeting again, which it seems they have it pretty often, at least once a week, a couple times a week, Rem should just be able to go with, see Light, get his information, they go back home, Light L dies, and that should be the story, even if you could somehow like make it even look like it's possibly towards Light. Light is going to be able to out-talk his way out of any situation that might be pointed to him, especially if L's not there to counteract anything he has to say. That I think it's just like we wash our hands and it's a done deal. So it should be that easy. We don't have to schedule a meeting we don't have to like try to get him outside so Misa can see him. We don't need to play tennis, go to the coffee shop, come over for dinner. We don't have to do any of that. Rem could just float her ass in there, get the information. Not even get the information. She doesn't even need to she just needs to see him and that's it. So how does that not happen? And how do we still have over 15 plus episodes? We'll see. We'll drag this over here. Let's go ahead and do it. We're pressing play on the episode right now. It should be that easy. I can kill him immediately. Exactly what I'm saying. It's, she's not gonna give him. Yeah, he's really messing this. That could work. Light is really messing this up. He's messing this up. Why he's making this so difficult? He's gonna mess this up. He's gonna mess it up right here. Okay, maybe that'll help get her ass out the fucking room. No, go home, please. Yeah, okay. Okay. I thought he was about to lash out. Like, Misa, if you don't shut the hell up and get out of my house. And then they go home and like they show up tomorrow and Rem like doesn't agree to do anything. Okay, good. Mm-mm-mm. He is hesitating. He's hesitating. He's hesitating. It should be as easy as happening today if it's tomorrow. Just put a bow on it and get it done. Yeah, don't have it be of a heart attack. You cannot have it be of a heart attack. How'd you get up there, by the way? Or is this just figuratively, like he's not actually standing on top of a building somewhere? Okay, yeah, definitely figuratively, for sure. What are we looking at? Where'd he get this evidence from? What is this? What? Why would you just say that randomly like that? What? 90%. Why would he say something like that if I die in the next couple of days? Yes, but why? Why would you suspect that? I mean, because he's your only suspect, but oh, he said it. He said the title of the episode. What's the wager? You're just gonna show up at the door and be around him constantly? That could be a way, like stay around light 24/7. That way, if you ever die, people know that you're with him, and he just drops. And it's like, well, I've been with L this whole time. Yeah. Okay. Stay around him 24/7. That way, if you ever drop, they know it's light because you've been with him the whole time, every day. But you have to separate at some point, you know. Oh, brother, brother, brother. I lightened up the episode a little bit too, so hopefully. Mm-hmm. Yeah. It is a good way to like kind of put all the chips in the table. Stay on his hip 24/7. Let everybody know that you're going to be with light 24/7. If you drop dead, oh my god. Oh my god. Oh. She sees his name. She sees his name. She sees his name. She knows it's a fake name. She knows it's fake. Oh god. Everybody that actually was a mistake. He knows it's the second Kira. Does he know that's the second Kira? Or he likes her? Or what is it? What are we freaking out about? I don't know. This is awkward as hell. In a suspense. Oh wow, he's a fan of her. Okay. She's not gonna want to kill him. She's not gonna want to kill him. They're gonna fall in love. And I can't tell if I can't tell if L is being genuine with like the emotions he showed towards her, or if he really is like, that's it. That's the second Kira. And then he's kind of piecing it together, so making sure to like be on her good side, or like why would he randomly act out like that? Well, we do have information on him. She's seen it, and she even said, okay, that's not his real name. Text the name to the phone. Text the name to the phone. She's not gonna want to kill him. Rem should still have no problem, though. I don't know why Rem would be against something like that unless Misa says. Rem is going to do as Misa commands. If Misa says, oh, I really like that guy, I don't want to kill him, Rem's not gonna do it. And I can't tell if L was really infatuated with her. Um, or um, he's doing it as a way to. Um, how did he get her phone? Oh, when he touched his butt. When he touched the butt. He took her phone. Mmm. Smooth, but there's still nothing against him having a separate phone. But now he knows the number of that other phone, so try a different one. That was smooth. Don't do it again! No shot! No shot you're gonna just call that other phone right away. Like, bro, go space out. Like, get some separation going here. Jesus Christ. That's what he was looking at the other day. Yep. Stay attached on his hip. You still have Rem. You still have Rem. You still have Rem as the wild card. I think Light is smart enough to get out of any situation involving anything that doesn't involve L. So if you can get Rem to take him out, if you can get Rem to take him out, you can weasel your way out of everything. Jesus, they've got her chain and her eyes cut off. Jesus. He doesn't, I mean, it's smart on his end, but it's kind of a lot, don't you think? Oh, Jesus. Rem should be in the room, right? Oh, brother. Well, Rem should be with her, correct? Oh my god, we're not really about to do all. Well, Rem could kill that person right there. We ain't even got to fuck around with the bullshit. Like, we could just take his ass out. If you don't want her getting tortured and injected and etc. etc., anybody that comes in that room to fuck with her, we just drop him. We just drop her body. Why didn't Rem protect her? Why would Rem let her go through this? Why would Rem let that guy torture her when you have his information? Why wouldn't Rem stop that? She's speaking to her? Wow, this is interesting. Rem could have stopped all this. Why would she let that happen? Oh god. Hmm. Yeah, okay. I guess that makes sense, but still, like, you could have stopped it. But it would. I understand, but what? Just just gone and over like that. No longer. Wow. But would Rem want that? She's gonna fall in love with Elle. I think her and Elle are gonna end up together when this is over. Does she just have to speak those words, or how do you actively give up ownership? Just it's presented to you by your death god, and you say yes, or how do you? Hmm. Hmm. She still doesn't like your ass. I'll kill you. Hmm. Now he has to. It wasn't as easy as okay, she forgets, now you get to go on and do your shit. No, you help her or you still will die. Bring you in. We still didn't get his information from her. What? What? Hold on, pause it. I don't want anything going off. So we had a lot there. That actually happened so fast. I thought, I did think, El, Misa, and Light would all be around each other, but I thought it was gonna kind of be like build up. Misa was gonna play around with not giving. It's gonna be wild if she's completely removed from this. I don't think she'll be removed from the story as like not a character we see or interact with, but to just be taken out of the story with the like she was like pretty much head honcho number one, like power level character in the story. Like she was nowhere to even, she wasn't even hinted at or seen. All of a sudden, boom! What was she introduced in episode 10 or 11? Like she's it. She's top death god human. Like she's head honcho number one, and then 5 episodes later, she's just put back to the bottom as like a whatever character. Um, that's crazy to me. If her Shinigami powers are gone, the eyes. So what happens? Like she doesn't get back those forfeited years, correct? And then so the eyes are just all that's just removed and taken. No more eyes. I'm guessing she doesn't get the lives back that she gave up to get those eyes for that little bit of time. Um, and then so they had all this. They had all these strands of hair and fibers and everything, but they didn't have a body to connect it with. I'm sure they probably would want to connect it to Light's original girlfriend, um, and then they wanted to connect it to Misa when she showed up and they were being tailed, and the other guy that was tailing him found that he was hanging out with Misa. Connected it DNA, boom, 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 XYZ. They got her locked up. I guess what Rem was saying would be true if they just kept sending person after person to interrogate Misa, and every person that stepped in that room just kept dropping because Rem was just killing them over and over, it would look very, very suspicious. Like, okay, clearly something is happening here with this girl. We can't even put anybody in the same building as her, or they'll drop. Which is fine, though. I mean, it's a way to protect her. Yes, she would look suspicious. There's no way that she's not one of the Kiras. Um, but it keeps her from suffering. If Rem was really wanting to protect her from any kind of physical harm, I'm scanning the rooms of that entire building, and it doesn't have to be on Misa's command. If you care for Misa, and it's not those people aren't killing her, so it wouldn't instantly kill Rem. I would just scan that whole like if I was Rem and I really cared for her, anybody walked in that room, like Watari, I'm writing his name down, he's dead. I'm going to the floor above, everybody in there, boom, 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 you're dead. I'm going to the floor below, dead, dead, dead. I'm cleaning out the whole building. And if you guys send anybody in the remote vicinity, I'm killing them as well. Um, it was interesting that Misa saw L's name, never said it. She was about to, and the name was floating up above his head. Light steps in the way. We, as a viewer, again, didn't see his name. So his name is still a mystery. Misa was the only one. It's 100% confirmed that she is, like, as far as her being Akira, a Shinigami, a Death Note user, the eyes, that's no more, right? She's just back to her regular form as far as just the girl she was before. But she's still going to remember everything that happened pre Death Note, correct? the tragedy that happened with her parents, when she was um so would she be able to come back around full circle to that? Would that still come back around? Um because because remember her main motivation for it was, oh, Kira killed the person that took out my parents. If I could ever meet him or do something that could help him, I would give my life to him. She's still going to have those same affections and feelings because that was pre-Death Note. Um, so who's to say if Kira wasn't just to show up one day, um, or Light comes across her, he's like, I'm Kira, I'm the one that's been saving your parents. She wouldn't just want to do that all over again. So pretty much she could still be the same person up to every point we've seen, the same obsession, I'll do anything, X, Y, and Z. She just has no idea what a Death Note is. She won't have the eyes. She won't have Rem by her side. Besides that, she can remember everything up to that involves a Death Note. Which kind of sucks because I wanted to kind of see her just do things maybe out of rage or spite or want to, and see Light kind of struggle with that. Be like, even though he did have her Death Note, there could be ways to threaten Light to get that Death Note back, X, Y, and Z, through Rem or whatever. But just to see her go on some kind of rampage and Light be like, I can't compete with her, I can't control her, what do I do? So now that that's been introduced and has happened, where do we go from now? What is there to do? She's been completely erased. So how do you surrender the Death Note? You just have to, someone has your Death God, and do you even even if you have a Death Note, is it like said that you're always going to have a Shinigami by your side? Like that doesn't have to be a thing, right? Like if Ryuk was bored one day, like he did, the same say we're still up to this point. Say like 5 years from now, Ryuk's like, all right, I'm over this. No one's ever gonna catch Light. It's the same thing. He just keeps killing them. He's like, I'm out of here, and he goes back to the Death Realm and just hangs out there for the rest of his days. Like you don't, if you're a Death Note user, you won't. Oh, you may not even ever have a Shinigami by your side. Like Ryuk doesn't even have to be there with him. He could still view all this from the portals and the realms, right? So without that, it'll be interesting to see. So like Rem's purpose, she's still going to hang around to see if he, kind of pulls all that off. I did like seeing like the pairing of like the double Death Note users with the double Death Gods. We've got all that. I still think because it was very specific that L would know, like, oh, she's a model, which isn't like absurd. Who knows what L's interests are? He could. But they had already gotten tips on her previously, so L could have done his information on her just in case she were to pop up and show up. Just to kind of spark that, I don't think he is really like I don't think he has hobbies of, knowing famous models and issues and things like that. I think it was just specifically for the case. But like I've been saying, I'm just going to issue the command to kill his ass. And I'll deal with the repercussions after that. I think if I'm Light, I'm so far and above everybody mentally that I'll take their asses out. And I'll kill everybody up to the point of having to kill my father to prove that I'm not Kira. I'll even threaten Rem with it. You help me take out all these investigators minus my father, including L, or I refuse to save Misa. And then if Rem's like, I'll kill you, then I'll be like, alright, kill me, but guess what? Misa will still suffer. Unless you choose to go save her. And if you save her from suffering and it gets to a point of her dying from torture, then you're going to sacrifice your life too. I would play that would be my wager. So I still would have killed his ass. Like if they take me in for questioning, I would tell Rem, my father meets with L all the time. Follow my father. When you see the guy that looks like, white shirt, green pants, black hair, bags down to his cheeks, that's L, kill him. And if they're like, well, how did this happen? You know, he said if he was going to die, it would be from light. And I would just drop bodies. I would drop bodies until it proved my innocence, because I don't think anybody can mentally keep up with me. And I think Light would have a good way of proving his innocence, because they don't have any substantial evidence that points to him of all these killings. There's no DNA. Shit, the only one that makes any sense, or that he would actually have physical contact with, would be L. I would just like we could go around back and forth of like how Light could kill L and get himself out the way. I'm saying if I was Light, I would take him out with Rem, and I'm gonna deal with what happens from there with my mental. If I gotta kill everybody except my father and do what I gotta do, that's what I'll do. Um, I just think it's real unfortunate that Misa's character kind of gets. I mean, because it'd be if she's just a girl that's obsessed with light, then that's all she is, a girl that's obsessed with light. What like elevated her character to that next level was she's this loose cannon with the most OP ability, and you don't know, she could sway as the wind goes, whatever direction she feels like going, whatever her emotions are going, that's what she'll do. So it sucks that she's kind of like written out. Um, and then, so I guess that was my question. That's what I forgot to bring up when we're talking about giving up your death note. What does that entail? Because like that's what I meant to bring up when I was saying like you don't always have to have a death god by your side. Like I could just drop it and watch you from like the portals and stuff. How do you give it up? Does a death god, does a real Shinigami need to acknowledge like, oh, you're giving this up? Do you agree? You say yes, and what they need to make physical contact after you say I agree, and that's it. Now you're just like Men in Black. Look at this light, boom, flash, it's gone. Um, could you just say it without needing an actual Shinigami to help you with anything? Maybe you're backed into a corner and you're just sitting there and you're just like, I can't do this anymore. I no longer want this death note. You just put it down, walk away. Could you turn back around and pick it back up? I don't know the rules of kind of like denouncing it. Because what if I say like I don't want it, but I don't have anywhere to put it? I throw it somewhere or I bury it somewhere. A couple days later, I come back around and I change my mind. Do I lose those memories, or like how does that? That's kind of, I guess, the biggest hang-up is when you denounce it or when you give it up. What prevents you from going back and getting it if someone doesn't take it from you? And you don't. Do you lose those memories when it's then passed to somebody else? I don't know. That's kind of the hang-up I'm on, is when you get rid of it or say you want to get rid of it, is just like something destiny-wise immediately snaps your memory. But what if I have the death note in a place that like I'm gonna see again? Does it just evaporate? And I don't know. I don't know. That's kind of where I'll need clarification on, is when you're wanting to give that up, what is actually going to give it up for you? Like not everybody, if a death god isn't there physically taking the book from you and you say I don't want this anymore and they take it and they touch you and like you can't remember anymore, what's preventing me from saying I don't want this anymore and I throw it in my closet, and like a week later I come back around, like say my memories might be gone of it, but I'm cleaning out my closet and I'm like, what the hell is that? And I touch it, like am I going to be back in it all over again? I don't know. You guys can clarify that. Dang, that does suck. I wanted to see Misa in like what she would do with that power. Um, Dang, that's unfortunate. But we'll leave it there though. I still think I could see her and L ending up together for sure. Um, but now it's not that big of a threat with them ending up together, because I thought I had hints that like Misa and L would be a good match for each other, just a good pairing, just, complete opposite ends of the spectrum. Just like her, I mean, it's basically like her and Light. Um, but Light only sees her to use her. I could see L, like they're complete opposite ends of the spectrum, but I could actually see them being together in a relationship. Like they're so opposite that it's like a good opposite for each other. Um, so I thought Misa was going to take a liking to L and decide, no, I don't want to kill him, and then they actually end up together. Which is going to be a huge wrench in Light's plan, because she has this ability, she has this power, Rem's going to protect her too. But now it doesn't matter. If they end up together, it's whatever to Light. She has no information to give, it's whatever, and they can just go on about their business. But we'll see how it goes. Everybody should be seeing this the 26th, the day after Christmas. This will be on YouTube. We'll go from there. So Merry Christmas to everybody that celebrates Christmas. Happy holidays to whatever it is that you celebrate. Y'all stay safe out there. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Got to spend some time with whatever you enjoy doing, with whoever you enjoy doing it with. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Like, share, favorite, subscribe, as always.